We, as the affirmative team, strongly believe in the motion that parents should be allowed to implant GPS trackers in their children. I'll first begin by rebutting some of the negative team's points, and finally I will summarise the points that the affirmative team has made. Firstly, you said that it was okay for young kids to have the GPS, possibly, as opposed to older kids, because the younger kids need it more. But frankly, the younger kids are the kids who actually hang around the parents, hold their hands in the shops, be good. It's the older kids that are needing it, who go out at night when it's much more dangerous than in the day, who stray away from the park, who don't want to be held on to the hands by their parents. This is why the GPS is great. This ties in with our point that it's actually going to gain independence, which I'll be talking about later, ladies and gentlemen. Secondly, you said it was an invasion of privacy of the parents to be able to know where you are, to be able to keep you safe. Frankly, I think this is false. Parents have the responsibility to look after you. You are their responsibility. It's much harder these days in such a busy world. So many cars on the streets, cities are much busier, so many more people are living in such small confined areas. This GPS tracking device will assure their parents that they're doing their job correctly to keep you safe. It benefits the parents' state of mind, that they know they're doing the right thing, and it benefits you by keeping you safe. Finally, human rights. We stress that it says allowed to have this GPS implanted into their body. They have to get children's permission. That's what allowed means. You said that if the doctor tells the parents that it's best for them, that they're just going to stick something in your child's head. Well, the kids, have you ever heard of no? You can say, no, Mum, I don't think I need this. And maybe if your parents think you do, you need to prove to them that you're grown up enough that you can do things without them having to baby you. We do have human rights. The fact that the topic says allowed proves this. When you ask when we're going to remove this GPS, well, it can be removed whenever you want. When your parents think that you're finally old enough, big enough, strong enough, mature enough to be let off the leash. And when you've proven to them that you can do things by yourself. It makes these situations, and you talk about when you're lost and on your Duke of Edinburgh in the desert and you call your parents. When you're lost and you can get some assistance, it makes the fact that you're lost impossible to do because you'll never be lost because you'll always know where you are. Finally, you say that you can ring your parents in a scholar's scavenge and ask them to tell you where you can get Botox. Are you saying that parents no longer have morals? Are you saying that you don't have morals? Are you just going to cheat on everything just because you have the ability to? You're going to abuse the right to this GPS that's actually going to benefit your lives greatly? If that's the case, maybe we need to debate a topic about morals because you really need to look at them. Moving on to our points.
1 minute remaining.
Just to summarise them quickly then. It will be safer to go out alone because your parents, it'll be like a little guardian angel and it'll actually gain you independence because you won't have to walk with your parent. They can just say, oh, you know, Emma's gone out to the shops. She's 5:30, she said she'd be back. Where is she? Oh, she's just walking down the road. Must have, you know, not had enough change or something like that at the shops. It'll be much easier. It'd actually probably eliminate family discussions because when I come in, my mum won't scream at me, Emma, where are you? Secondly, the fact that it's allowed. And there would also be restrictions on such a powerful technology. They're not just going to say, oh, one day, oh, you can stick a GPS in your child's head if you want, and then everyone's just going to go stick one in. No, there's going to be strict restrictions for such a thing. They're not just, when something's allowed, doesn't mean that they just completely untie the leash on it. No, there's going to be rules to go with it. Finally, children do have a right to their body. It's in the Human Rights Agreement. Thank you for bringing that up. And the fact that you have to get permission from your child to do this just helps the point that it's allowed and that the children won't be forced into anything that they don't want to do. So we as the affirmative team strongly believe that parents should be allowed to implant GPS trackers into their children. Thank you very much.